Guys, welcome back for another episode of Sleep City Performance. So today what we're going to go over on GT7 pretty much is what I think is pretty much the best car for the 700 PP World Touring class races. The example that we're going to use for the race is the Circuit de la Sarthe, the $550,000 race. I did upload a video earlier in the week pretty much saying how to make 1.6 mil in just an hour using this race, but with a different method. I used Lamborghini Aventador, the LP740, and pretty much with that car, it does have enough power to take on this course, but the method that I used was pretty much using race wet tires the whole race, because you're able to max out your horsepower and you're able to sit there and get in front of everybody. But with that method, even on the leanest setting for the Lamborghini, it still burns through gas and you have to stop almost every 2 laps. Now the car that we're going to use today is the Swift Sport GR4. Now with this, once you see with my car settings, I have it on racing hard, and I have just the computer turned down to 91%. Do have my suspension adjusted a little bit, for it. But with this car, one of the things I like about this car actually is the fact that you're able to, it's small and it has a small engine. So because of that, you actually can go several laps. You can go several laps on with this car and still be, in the mix of things. So let's just see right here. Okay, so we're going to actually go through this race, and so let's see.
You see his little legs? Look. He stopped.
So even with, as you can see, even with the power on all the way 1, you still have all these laps. So we're going to turn it to 4, because what you want to do is actually be able, when the computer cars stop on the 3rd lap for gas. So you want to be able to at least go past that 3rd lap. Now also with these races, the big money races, you do have penalties that can come on here. So hold on, I'm gonna stop and just make sure my mic is on. Just want to make sure that the mic is on. Okay, it is. So yeah, with these races, you actually, like I said, you want to make sure that you have like the perfect balance of almost like gas and the tires. With the racing hard tires, you still get stickiness of the soft tires, not as much, but just enough for you to hit corners, and they don't wear out as fast as the sticky tires, the racing soft tires. Now with this race, if you do a clean race, and pretty much, now if you do a clean race, you pretty much get $825,000 at the end of the race. Now I have tapped a couple cars in here and still was able to get the clean race bonus. So I guess, with this one, they're probably really looking for you to like really spin cars out and stuff like that. Now also with this race, you can get penalties. So what you don't want to do is get penalties, because they add on to your time at the penalty line, and they will force decelerate the car, and you don't want that, especially like if you're in the middle of things like this. Now, as you can see with this car too, because it is very light and has a little bit of horsepower. I think right now we have it at roughly like 490 horses. You're able to still keep up with these heavier cars and pass them and go through the corners with it. Now the guy that's in number one, first place, P. Layson, he uses a Swift as well. And I didn't really get the idea until I was doing this race. And I was like, this dude don't never stop for gas, no matter what it is. Like, I think he goes all the way up to like the 4th or 5th lap before he stops for gas. With these cars, you only have to stop once in the pit stops. And that's what you want. You don't want to be, you don't want to have to go around this race for this 30 minutes, have to stop every 2 laps, because that could mess your standings up. And this right here is a penalty line. So if you incurred any penalties, at that point, they will force to decelerate your car. Too fast. Now, if I had the racing soft tires, that turn that I messed up on, I would have definitely hit it a little bit better. But the hard tires don't stick as much. And it normally takes them probably roughly about a lap or 2 actually to warm up and get some stickiness. Now this turn right here, if you decide to do the cheating way and just go through it, you will get slapped with like the hardest penalties. Like that's literally like a 10-second penalty. The reason why I know, I tried. Now also, one thing I do notice is that the algorithm is crazy. So when I was using the Lamborghini and I had the horsepower maxed out and just using racing wet tires, I feel like the game picked up on what I was doing, and all of a sudden, for almost like 4 or 5 laps on this track, they had it to where it was raining. And even though you got racing wet tires on the stuff, you can draw more penalties from you sliding and stuff like that. So I did incur some more penalties. I guess it was almost like a way to try to make it to where the computer cars could catch up or keep up with what I was doing. So when you use a car like this, I think by the 3rd lap, I might see some rain, but it's not going to be as bad. Not with this car. Because I believe the game believes it's like a fair car. Like almost like a fair race. Like you're not trying to cheat the system. Now, you can also use the Vipers. This Viper is always in between 3rd and 1st place. So if that's something you want to invest in, definitely do that. But I always say just get, to me, the Swift Sport, it actually was a good value. And, once you threw like the turbocharger kit and some tires on it, it was good to go. And up front, I believe, is a Corvette. Now, one thing you'll notice is not on this lap, but on the next lap, majority of the computer cars, because they have the bigger engines and everything like that, you'll see that they're going to take, pit brakes. And not only but the Swift behind me will be continuing to go. I do plan on getting a steering wheel and some pedals for this, you know, soon. As soon as I find one that's pretty reasonable. But for the most part, you know, I'm doing everything with the controller, and with the PS5 setup and the controller, it still feels pretty good for the controller because you can feel every bump in the road, you feel every turn, you feel when the tires are slipping and stuff like that when it's raining. So I mean, it's still a pretty good setup if you don't have steering wheel control. You can see it's about to rain the third lap. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much. And you can see these tires starting to warm up a little bit. They holding a little bit better. See, he went in for gas. Now I'm about to take his place. So, you know, again, like I said, I figured that with this type of race, the best thing is to have a fuel efficient car. Because you see, like, they're in for pretty much a lap, you know, just 2 laps, and I still have almost 2 more laps to go before I have to take a stop. Now, if you notice, it is raining, so the recent hard tires do somewhat okay in the rain. So at least on this track, because it doesn't you don't have a bunch of puddles that form, you know. It's pretty much a bunch of straights, a couple light turns, and you're good. But a lot of the computer cars right now are probably on the next lap, if it's still raining, they're going to put on you know, their racing wet tires. Me, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to chance it. Now, I don't know if you can notice, but through my controller, it was definitely spinning a little bit, so the track is pretty wet. It's raining pretty hard. One thing that I found pretty cool, oh, going right through it. This is a penalty. Oh, God. I'm not going to put on my race wet tires, though. I'm still going to chance it. Horrible. It's really coming down. This is horrible. Feel like it's starting to clear up a little bit. Now again, one thing I do like on this game that they done that was pretty cool compared to all the other, Gran Turismos, is the fact that they did have like flames shooting out the exhaust. I found that pretty cool, especially for the high-power cars. One more rain. And then also you can use your turn signals and your flashers and all that good stuff. Oh, you gonna push me. You ain't ish. It's cool, when this track dry up, I'm gonna be right back on you. Yeah, the rain's starting to go away, so that's a good thing. But still some wet spots. See, he even slided. Now, what the difference between him and I is that even though I'm going through this right now, he's going to actually, he's going to put on his race tires. Probably on it, right with his pit stop, and he's going to stop for gas. It's the third lap. That Viper is pretty much out of gas. Okay, I thought the rain was stopping, but it's not. Oh, I'm sliding. Everybody's going to put on race wet tires. I'm not. Horrible. If it's still raining when I got to come back around for gas, maybe. Oh, I got a penalty. I don't know what for though. Didn't look like I did anything that was being a penalty wise, but yeah, it looks like the rain drying up. Tires aren't slipping so much. Now that I have a penalty, you're going to see what happened when I go through that penalty line. The one thing I can't wait for, that until the game uploads swaps, engine swaps. When they put that in the system, just mainly because, that's one of the biggest things, especially when you hear with people with Forza and stuff that they have the engine swaps. Now I know that through the roulette ticket and stuff like that, you're able to get an engine swap, but that's like, again, that's roulette. You're playing with fire. You end up hoping that you get an engine swap, but you end up getting just 5,000 credits. So, I mean, and then on top of that, it's only for certain cars. I feel like for each car, they should have something set up to where you can swap something in. Like, I did upload a video yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, where I modified a Volkswagen Samba bus. And with that bus, you know, if you was able to swap like a Subaru STI motor or a Carrera motor into it, that would be dope. I mean, you have more fun with that bus versus maxing it out and only having 103 horses. See, all these people had their race wet tires on, they catching me. Here comes the BS. My car is already moving super slow. And here they come. Now I got a second and a half penalty. Oh, they just did me dirty. Oh, they just did me dirty. I just got done super dirty. Now if I go put these racing wet tires on, watch it stop raining. Okay, so we're gonna take our pit stop. The only thing I don't like about this pit stop is just that it seems like it takes forever for the car to get to the pit, to the actual pit. See how long it takes to get to the pit? Almost 25-30 seconds. By that time, all these cars done passed you. That's cool. We still gonna come out on top. Just watch. Now, even though this race also says that for 8 laps, you normally only get to 7. Now we're going to turn the power back up. I believe that's going to be a penalty. They did me dirty, spun me around and everything. Now, I do know that the person that's in third place, he's probably going to stop for gas this time around because it's the 5th lap. So we'll probably gain some place right there. Gain a position. The whole name of the game now is just catching back up. Still raining pretty hard. Now the sun want to come back out. Ain't this some BS? I'm gonna keep them racing wet tires on though. So I got a penalty for going over that grass, but when you're so close to the penalty line, they're just going to charge it on the next lap. Sucks when you're playing catch up. Sucks sitting there playing catch up, but you know, we gotta do it. We're not that far behind the leaders. And as long as you hit all your corners good, everything should be good as far as you know, you catching up. I swore I was in 6th when I passed that other guy. catching up, guys. We're catching up. Now, again, if you guys like the content, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, please subscribe to the channel. Up and coming YouTuber, finally getting started on this stuff. So, I do have other things in the content that I do. I do actual car reviews. I have some that's coming up. Want to show tutorials, how-tos on a bunch of different things. I do have a couple projects that I'm working on in real life that I'm going to upload on the channel. So, if you guys are interested in seeing that, then actually, subscribe to the channel, and, we just go from there. This is Sleep City Performance. The basis of the channel are actually, I love sleeper cars, cars that don't look like they're fast, but they're actually fast. So my main focus will be on that. I am going to have some actual cars that are really, really fast on the channel. I do have a couple things that I'm working out right now. So, we do actually have some actual additional content that's coming to the channel. So, again, if you like the channel, subscribe, and, I'll be sure to upload the content that you guys are looking for. So this is going to be the final lap. I'm not sure if I'm going to catch them, but normally, with this car, you definitely can catch and beat people and stuff like that. So hopefully we catch them throughout this lap. Oh goodness gracious! I didn't realize it was ending so soon. But again, with the Swift Sport, I mean, you definitely can win this race. The rain kind of messed us up on this one, but again, if you guys are looking for a perfect car for the endurance race, this is it. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.